This episode is brought to you by PDP Gaming, bringing you incredible gaming accessories, peripherals, controllers, and more for the PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo. Visit pdp.com and check out their entire catalog of very cool products, like Mario & Luigi wired controllers, Mario Kart cases for your Switch, and much more. Visit pdp.com. We thank them for their support. And stay tuned, guys. We'll be drawing our winner of the current giveaway for the white Pixelpal link and a 3-in-1 Switch Folio at the end of the podcast. So stay tuned. Lots of fun ahead. Alright, welcome everybody. Eddie Ray here from NintendoChitChat.com. Welcome to Nintendo Chit Chat Minute Gaming News. This is podcast episode 17, Saturday Morning RPG, which is out now in the Switch eShop, so do check it out. I think it goes for $9.99. We have some giveaways. Our final PDP Gaming giveaway that'll be happening at the end of the podcast, so good to see you guys out there. Be sure to hit that like button for us and share the podcast as well. Find us on iTunes, Google Play Music, SoundCloud, Player FM, and more for audio only. And these are the things being given away tonight. We have the 3-in-1 Switch Folio case, pretty awesome, along with the white Link Pixelpal, very awesome. Both of those go to someone lucky. So if you haven't entered the contest, you can do so right now before we pick the winner at the end of the podcast. You have like an hour or so. Go to Twitter or go to the description below the video, find the contest or the giveaway, and enter. Very simple. Alright guys, a bunch of news to talk about here after the break for April 22nd through the 28th. Some new announcements, E3 stuff, and more. So stay around guys, episode 17 is straight ahead. Today's episode is brought to you by NintendoReport.com. Fresh gaming news every 20 minutes. When you visit the homepage, you'll find direct information from Nintendo themselves. We source their YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr accounts. Maybe you want even more details? Click on Nintendo Franchise News. Here we source the main franchises for Nintendo directly from the Facebook pages for The Legend of Zelda, Mario Kart, Super Mario, and Splatoon. If you want more Nintendo news, click on Other Nintendo News. Here we source the main media outlets that cover Nintendo. Outlets such as Nintendo Everything, Nintendo Life, Game Explain, Nintendo Today, Nintendo Enthusiast, and more. Again, updated every 20 minutes. And don't forget the NCC feed for NintendoChitChat.com. You'll find the latest details here from our website, directly sourced here, all for you. NintendoReport.com, fresh gaming news every 20 minutes. This episode is brought to you by PDP Gaming, bringing you incredible gaming accessories, peripherals, controllers, and much more for the PC, Mac, Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo. Visit pdp.com and check out their entire catalog of products like a Mario & Luigi wired controller, Mario Kart cases for your Switch, a laid-up Nintendo Switch dock cover, and tons more. pdp.com. We thank them for their support. Welcome back, guys. Good to see you in chat. We have Dank, Golden, Biwa. Good to see you all. Sagan, JM Gamer, and others. Make sure you guys hit the like button for us. Again, the news here is for this week, April 22nd through 28th at NintendoChitChat.com. Do check it out. And as always, we have our writer, editor, and we have our social media extraordinaire, Samantha Lienhard. Samantha, welcome back to podcast episode 17.
Thank you.
Can you believe episode 17 already?
It's hard to believe.
I know. Soon we'll be at 20, so maybe we'll do some kind of special for 20. Who knows? But welcome, everybody. So, Samantha, how did the week go from beginning to now? Pretty busy?
At first it started out a little slow, but then it picked up later in the week. Had some interesting announcements. Got some big news, too. Yeah,
lots of big news. And we're going to kick things off with that news. And this is industry news, as Dank alluded to there. Nintendo is changing over the presidents. Of course, we had interim president when Iwata had passed away. So who is taking over, Samantha?
Yes, well, I'd completely forgot that he was going to be temporary, but I do think they announced that back when he took over, didn't they?
Yeah.
But so yes, on June 28th, the new president will be President Shuntaro Furukawa. Is that how you say that?
Looks right. Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, he's been with Nintendo since 1994.
Awesome. Yeah, and so they mentioned this when Kimishima took over for Iwata, but I think it was pretty much not known as far as how long the interim would last. So here we go. Right. So looks like after E3 here, which is in early June, we have till the end of June. Then he has to then switch over to Shuntaro. So this will be kind of interesting to see how everything shapes up, but Kimishima did a really good job, I think, taking over interim for that time period, so
yes,
pretty good news. All right, and then moving along, some big news as well regarding E3. Nintendo actually posted a schedule, and what's this shaping up like for E3 Nintendo?
Yes, well, they said that, first of all, the main presentation is going to be on June 12th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. They said it's going to be focusing on 2018 games coming to the Switch, including Super Smash Bros. And then Nintendo Treehouse is going to start right after that and go on for 3 days. They also gave the dates for the championships or the tournaments. There's going to be the Splatoon 2 World Championship, which is going to start on June 11th, and then the finals will take place on June 12th, and then right after that will be the Super Smash Bros. Invitational.
Awesome. Shaping up to be a pretty busy E3 for Nintendo regarding these invitationals and championships for Splatoon and Smash Bros, and also the video presentation and Treehouse as well. I really enjoy watching the Treehouse.
Yes, so do I.
You as well. Yeah, I figured so. It's where you really get to see a lot of the announced games coming for this year played and explained what's happening with the devs too, as far as what to expect about the games, and you can just see how the games play, which is really good to see, not just CGI trailers.
Sometimes they even have some announcements that they saved for the Treehouse segments too.
Very true, yeah, good point. So we're looking forward to this. And Golden says, R.I.P. Iwata. Yeah, very much so. Still miss him, but Nintendo has really turned themselves around with the help of Iwata, actually, because Iwata was still firmly in place when they were developing the NX, or a la Switch. So,
right.
All right, guys. So moving along to more Switch news then. We have some information regarding the online services, right, Samantha?
Yes, we've been wondering when we're going to hear more about it, especially since it's supposed to be launching in September. And so now during their financial results briefing, they said that they'll be revealing information about the Switch's online service in early May.
Okay, so even before E3, we'll hear more about this then. And I still think it will coincide with some kind of Smash Bros. Combination of wanting people to get them to pay for it, so why not have that launch with Smash Bros. Or something of the sort. So we'll see. But we'll learn more in May. That's great. Then we have a Chinese developer turn-based strategy RPG called Banner of the Maid, and this has been announced for the Switch as well, and the PS4 and PC, right?
Yes. Yes, and so this is a turn-based strategy RPG that stars Pauline Bonaparte, who is visiting her brother Napoleon and ends up swept into a revolution. That's an interesting concept, and it appears that it's going to be released worldwide, I think, at least from the trailers.
Okay, very cool.
So that's coming out later this year.
Awesome, and we have the announcement trailer embedded here on website on NintendoChitChat.com in the news article, so do check out the trailer. Moving along, then we have Pro Yakuyu Famista Evolution. Say that 10 times fast. This has been announced for the Switch in Japan. This is a baseball action game coming out on August 2nd. And this is actually a series. This is another entry into the series, correct?
Yes, I wasn't familiar with the series, but apparently they've never been localized before, so people aren't too confident about this one. But yeah, so this is the latest entry in that series.
Yeah, this is the most time you can actually import, though, because there really isn't too much reading of text, I would say. It's not really story mode. It's more based on action, so...
Right.
I was watching the trailer too, so if you guys want a baseball game and not like RBI baseball, which is okay, check out this trailer. It actually looks pretty fun. So there's some motion aiming and hitting as well, I think, with throwing and kind of hitting just like in the Wii Sports. So do check out the trailer. Cool. All right, we have some more information regarding Arc System Works. They've announced Guilty Gear. Is this 20 or Double Cross? What is this?
I'm not sure. I'm not familiar enough with the Guilty Gear series to know what their X's are.
Yeah, so this is Accent Core Plus R coming to the Switch eShop later this year. And what else will this feature?
Yeah, so this is going to have 25 playable characters, multiple game modes, a gallery, online multiplayer, and they also made a specific point to mention that it's going to have the Korean soundtrack from Guilty Gear XX Reload, which people seemed excited for, so I assume that must be a good soundtrack if you're familiar with the series.
Awesome. If you guys can't tell by the pictures, this is obviously a fighting game, so there you go.
And they also said that they plan to bring more fighting games to the Switch in the future, so we should look forward to more announcements from them. Awesome.
The Switch is getting its fair share of fighting games now, which is really good. It's a really good genre, so... All right, so good to see we got JKW, we got Anita, sponsors in chat, we got Dank. Good to see all of you guys, Fluffy as well. All right, so Samantha and I were trying to discuss how do you pronounce this next one. This is Path to Nemo Sign, I think it's called. And this is a puzzle adventure game, which was announced for the PC, but also coming to consoles. So what will this game feature, Samantha?
Yes, well, this, and I wasn't sure what it meant until I watched the trailer, which then made it a little clearer. It is set in a world with an infinite zoom. So it seems like you're constantly like zooming in on this environment, which is interesting. And it's going to be a puzzle-based game. So then there's this teaser trailer that shows you a little bit of what the gameplay is like.
Yeah, I was watching the trailer. It's pretty interesting, the art style here. It's basically black and white or grayscale, and you have just this blue color as well. That's pretty much all I saw so far as colors. So really interesting concept here, too. And if you like puzzles and adventure games, check out the trailer. It looks pretty intriguing. And this is coming to, looks like, all the platforms here, so including the Switch, which is great. Okay, now we have another game to talk about. This is a mobile, massive multiplayer online RPG. This is Elemental Knights Online, and this will be coming to the Switch in Japan this summer. And this is, I guess, based off the mobile game, or is it just a port? Do you know anything about that?
I think it's just a port from the way they described it. But since the mobile version is available in English, I believe it was released worldwide, then maybe this version will be soon, but they haven't said much about that yet.
Yeah, I hope they clean up the UI here. I have a screenshot of the mobile game, and it's like, of course, mobile games are touch-oriented, so you would think they would clean that up. We'll see how this goes.
Yes.
But keep eyes on this. Yeah. Can you imagine keeping that information on the screen? You have a controller. It's like, come on. But we'll see how this turns out. So we have, of course, time to figure out what happens with this port. But very cool. A massive multiplayer online game. So check it out, guys. Elemental Knights Online. All right. And then this is a really cool little announcement here. This is it Kino Kunio-kun, right? That's how you pronounce it.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. And this is a collection of games. This is called the Worldwide Classics Collection, which will be out this fall. And how many games and what can we expect?
Yes, well, this was actually first announced a while ago, I think maybe back in January. Mm-hmm. And so back then they announced that there'd be 15 games, 11 of the classic games and 4 games that were made overseas. But now they announced that there's going to be 3 more related games that they haven't named yet. So it's going to have 18 games total.
Awesome. And if you guys aren't familiar with Kunio-kun, of course, it's based off, I guess, the River City games, correct? Or the franchise.
Right, yes, those are in the series.
Yeah. And I think the DS and 3DS has gotten a bunch of those games. I think I have a couple here. I played Tokyo Rumble. I have a few of the others had come out too. I think one came out physically too from last year, and I think the other one's still digital or something. So, but cool. So we get a worldwide classics collection, and this sounds really neat. All right, and we talked about this last week. This is the Cyber Delta, and this is the shoot 'em up game, correct?
Yes. Yeah, so they released the debut trailer, so you can take a look and see how the gameplay goes. And this is the one that we had been discussing that is a remake of an arcade game that was an upgraded version of an older arcade game. So one of the things that they mentioned was that it is going to have content from both of the previous versions. So it sounds like the previous versions had different fighters and different courses. So this is going to have content from both of them, along with a new fighter and new music, customizable UI, and some other good features. But the most interesting thing is that while they haven't said anything about localization, when you visit the official website and you view it in English, because it has language options, it changes the release date to summer 2018, which says that it sounds like they're going to localize it eventually.
Yeah, it's a pretty good hint, I guess, then towards that. Yeah,
yes.
So that's pretty good, actually. So I'm sure we can look forward to that being the case. We'll keep you guys updated on that. So it looks pretty awesome. We have the trailer embedded here as well. This is the first kind of official trailer of gameplay, so do check that out. All right, so we have some release dates to talk about. And this is regarding Dungeon Crawler Wizard of Legend. And that's coming out on May 15th. And then, of course, 2 days later comes what?
2 days later is Fox and Forests, which is a retro-style action platformer that we've discussed a couple of times. And they released a new gameplay video that goes through one of the game's levels. So you can take a look at that to see how the game will play.
Awesome. I think also Fox and Forests will be also releasing as a physical copy too. So you can get it both that way, physically, or of course in the eShop too. So awesome. Then we have, moving along, we have the Switch version of a 2D side-scrolling game called Icy. And when is this coming out?
Yeah, so this is coming out in May, although they didn't give a specific date yet. And they also made a point in the announcement, although the trailer doesn't really show it as clearly, that it isn't just a 2D side-scrolling game, but it is also a meta game. So there will be a narrator telling you the story, but you can question the directions you're being given.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool. So if you like 2D side-scrolling games, do check out Icy. We have the embedded announcement trailer here. It doesn't show too much gameplay, I guess, but you can see at least a little bit of the game. Again, this is called Icy. It looks pretty awesome. Then we have some bad news if you're interested in Penguin Wars. This has been delayed, right, Samantha?
Yes, it was delayed. It was supposed to come out on May 15th, but they delayed it to mid to late June. But they also announced that there's going to be a $39.99 launch edition, which will only have 5,000 copies and come with a digital code for the soundtrack and a physical character patch for the character Riley.
That sounds cool. And then, of course, the standard edition will cost $29.99, and that's for Penguin Wars. So it's delayed about a month or so, which isn't too bad. Not too bad at all in the whole scheme of things. So, all right, moving to a game I'm really hyped up for, Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. We have a release date finally for this. What's the date for this one, Samantha?
Okay, so this is coming out on June 29th, and they also released a new trailer.
Awesome. I've seen some discussion regarding this game too. I think they're going with a smaller Switch cartridge, like 16 gigs, and there's a banner on top of the box art which says download necessary, but it doesn't tell you how much you have to download yet, so it's still unknown. It doesn't say on the banner of the box art at all yet, and I don't think they've announced anything. Bethesda has not announced how much more storage you need, so if you guys are going to get the game, make sure you do have enough storage. Whether it's upgrading your SD card or moving things around if you want to play this game on launch day when you get it. So keep that in mind. All right, we'll take a break here, guys. We'll come back with more news and, of course, the Time Portal. And we're going to pick our giveaway for the Pixelpals here and the Switch Folio case. So stay tuned, guys. Be right back with episode 17, Samantha, and more news after the break. Stay tuned. Today's episode is brought to you by NintendoReport.com. Fresh gaming news every 20 minutes. When you visit the homepage, you'll find direct information from Nintendo themselves. We've sourced their YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr accounts. Maybe you want even more details? Click on Nintendo Franchise News. Here we source the main franchises for Nintendo directly from the Facebook pages for The Legend of Zelda, Mario Kart, Super Mario, and Splatoon. If you want more Nintendo news, click on Other Nintendo News. Here we source the main media outlets that cover Nintendo. Outlets such as Nintendo Everything, Nintendo Life, Game Explain, Nintendo Today, Nintendo Enthusiast, and more. Again, updated every 20 minutes. And don't forget the NCC feed for NintendoChitChat.com. You'll find the latest details here from our website, directly sourced here, all for you. NintendoReport.com, fresh gaming news every 20 minutes. Today's episode is also brought to you by NintendoChitChat.com, for the love of gaming. NintendoChitChat.com is your main community hub and resource for Nintendo fans. Register for free today and gain access to our live chat rooms. Gain access to our forums to post new content and comment on our blog articles too. We have a full blog section for our unique interviews, news articles, and much, much more. We have a full member section, activity feed, achievements, and tons more to explore. NintendoChitChat.com, for the love of gaming. Check it out today and make your free account. All right, guys, welcome back to episode 17 of our podcast, Saturday Morning RPG. That's the podcast title. That game is out now as of, I think, yesterday or today. Check it out in the eShop for $9.99. We'll be doing a poll here in chat 2 with you guys right now regarding, of course, the River City games. I'm curious if you guys played any in the series before, so that poll is going into the chat room right now. So, ever played a River City game, yes or no? Let us know. Very curious. My first River City game was River City Ransom on the NES. Very classic game. So, Samantha, welcome back.
Thank you.
And we have to talk about, this game looks great, I think. Looking forward to this. This is Shining Resonance Refrain. And what new information do we have for this one?
Yes, well, first they announced the release dates. So in the Americas and Europe, it'll be out on July 10th. and then it'll be out in Japan on July 12th. And the launch edition copies will also come with a collectible metal slipcase. And then they also released both a new trailer showing off the main characters and their combat styles and the opening movie.
Awesome. So I watched this trailer. It looks really great. If you guys haven't seen it yet, go check it out on NintendoChitChat.com. The Heroes trailer and also the opening movie is available too, as Samantha just said. So I didn't see my poll go into the chat room, so I'm not quite sure what happened there. So just let me know in chat regularly. Have you guys played a River City game? Let me know. I'm not sure what Fussbot is doing. It's being a fuss. So there you go. But moving along, we can talk more about Sonic Mania Plus. And we have the date for this. This is for July 17th in the Americas and Europe, and on July 19th in Japan. What's the pricing for this, Samantha?
It'll cost $29.99, and it's also coming with a holographic slipcover, a reversible Sega Genesis / Mega Drive sleeve, and a 32-page art book. And now, when it was first announced, there was a little bit of confusion over whether the update, if you already have Sonic Mania, whether that update was going to be free, and then the announcement came out that it was actually going to be paid, and so everyone was wondering how much it'll cost. Well, if you want to download the new content for the original Sonic Mania, that will be $4.99, which isn't bad. No,
that's very fair. So it's good to know the information to finally have that to talk and discuss with you guys and pass along. So $4.99 if you want to kind of get the extra content. I'm getting the actual pack here with the special little booklet and things like that. It looks pretty awesome. So, all right. So you guys in chat talking about River City, going back to kind of our poll here. Anita has not played River City. Biwa hasn't. Dank said no poll. He hasn't as well. Golden hasn't. Wow. You guys should get into the River City game. Seriously, it's a fun franchise. It's a great little series. So do check it out. Check out some of my videos I have on YouTube too. I have like 8 or so videos of Tokyo Rumble, which is a pretty fun game I want to actually get back to. But okay. So let's move along to Adventure Time. Pirates of the... How do you pronounce it, Samantha?
Well, according to what I looked up, Enchiridion, but I won't swear by that.
Right, so let's go with that. We'll go Enchiridion, and this is coming to the U.S. on what date?
It's coming to the U.S. on July 17th, and then it'll be out on July 20th worldwide.
Okay, great. And now I see the poll closing in chat. So was it delayed or something, chat? It's kind of weird, just seeing weird things happen. That's okay, but we still talked about River City. It's good. Anyway, regarding Adventure Time games, this will be the first game for Adventure Time, I think, on the Switch, right? This is the first entry, I think. Yeah, we've had some previous games on 3DS, and some have been better than others, I think. So
we'll see. I've never played any of them, but since this one appears to be a turn-based RPG, I'm more interested now.
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking that. That's cool. All right. So Golden says, "Man, I love that show. Need to get back into it." So yeah. It's a pretty popular show, pretty popular game franchise too now. So there's been tons of these of this game franchise with games. All right, so more fighting games to talk about. We have Blade Strangers, and this is coming out both physically and digitally. And what's the price for the Blade Strangers?
Yes, this is going to be $39.99, and so this is the fighting game that has a bunch of characters from different games from the developer and publisher, and so as well as a couple original characters. And so they also announced that there's going to be 4 characters that they haven't named yet.
Cool. So I'm sure we'll learn more. And Cumulative says, "Oh hey, Blade Strangers! I've been waiting for that one." So there you go. Check it out this summer, both digitally and physically, too. All right, and then one we talked about, I think, either last episode, maybe, last podcast, the platformer Flipping Death has a date for August, and a physical release will follow. So it looks like the physical release probably will be after the August date, most likely. So keep your eyes and ears peeled. Yeah. Okay, then we have some more to talk about regarding Ys 8. We got a new trailer for this one, right, Samantha?
Yes, and the kind of odd thing here is that they released an English trailer and a Japanese trailer at about the same time, but the English trailer is very short and just basically shows the main characters. So if you want to see more of the gameplay footage, you should go see the Japanese trailer, because that is similar to the English trailer, but is a lot longer and has more gameplay.
That's really intriguing why they cut it like
Yes.
that. So there you go. That's good information to have, though. So we have the Japanese trailer linked there. And then we also have the embedded main character trailer, which you can see as well, embedded
Yeah,
on the site.
yeah, the English trailer is 42 seconds long, and the Japanese trailer is a little over 3 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So definitely got some more.
Yeah, when it comes to
there.
gameplay, that's actually a huge difference. So you can see how it kind of looks and runs on the Switch there for yourself. So very cool. And then more NIS American news. We've got the main characters introduced to us for Labyrinth of Refrain, Coven of Dusk. And explain more about this, Samantha.
Yes, well, they introduced the 3 main characters, although at first when I read it, I didn't realize the third one was a character until I read it again and realized what it was saying. So they introduced Dronia, who is a witch, and she's the one who wants to explore the labyrinth, although she keeps her motivations a secret. Her apprentice, Luca, who helps out with household chores, and a book called the Tractatus de Monstrum, which is a cursed book that contains the player's soul and leads the puppet soldiers into the labyrinths, which is where the gameplay will be taking place.
Very cool. So those are the main characters, and one of the characters is a book. Is that right?
Yes, with
Okay.
the player's soul in it.
Interesting. Yeah, I want to make sure that wasn't the medicine, that I was actually reading that right and listening to you right. Very cool. That's really interesting. So check out that, guys, that information there for those characters. Then we have Fallen Legion, Rise to Glory, also through NAS. We have some new content that's not present in either of the previous Fallen Legion games. And what else do we have coming to Rise to Glory for Fallen Legion?
Yes, well, this was released in an interesting and sort of unusual way before. So basically, the original Fallen Legion was 2 separate games, one for the PlayStation 4 and one for the PlayStation Vita. So when they announced Rise to Glory, they said that it would include the content from both, but it turns out that it's actually going to have all new content with 5 new playable characters, 16 new levels, new story branches, new bosses, an improved combat system, a new Game Plus mode, and also a One Life mode. And there's also going to be dual audio available. So a lot of new stuff in this version.
Yeah, it sounds like a great little bunch of additions to this. So Fallen Legion Rise to Glory. Check out the trailer as well, embedded on NintendoChitChat.com. All right, and then a game we're talking about the last couple of episodes and podcasts, Pool Panic. And we got another trailer. This is a new trailer, right?
Yes, this is a new trailer, and it shows off some of the different locations and environments you'll see in the game. And it's an amusing little trailer that uses a similar style to what we saw in the other trailer. So I think it gives a good sense for what the humor is like for this.
Very cool. So check out Pool Panic. We have the coming soon trailer on the website. Okay, then we have an English translation is in the works for Saga Scarlet Grace. What other little bits of information do we have for that?
Yes, well, the thing is that it's not entirely clear if this is Switch news yet, because they didn't specifically say that they're going to localize the Switch version. They just had some information about the Switch version and then mentioned, oh, and we are translating this game. So it could be the mobile version, it could be the mobile version and the Switch version, it could be all of the versions. So we'll have to wait and see what that is actually coming for. But Saga Scarlet Grace is being translated.
Yeah, I wish they would clarify that like right now, but they're probably waiting for some kind of announcement, I'm assuming, so. And once we know, we'll pass it along to all of you. All right, and then finally we have the official box art for Octopath Traveler. And it's the same across all regions, which is kind of unusual, I think, right?
Yes, it is. So when they first announced it, the Japanese box art came out first. And so people were looking at it saying, oh, I wonder if the Western versions will be this good or if they aren't going to look as good. But then the other versions were tweeted very closely afterwards, and they were all the same.
Awesome.
So it shows the 8 characters there, which is interesting because this is the first time we've gotten a clear look at the remaining 2 characters who they haven't officially announced yet.
Yeah, that's true. And then we have the world in the background. So what do you think of the cover art? Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it.
I like it too. I think it looks great. And we got, for you guys that are watching it live, we have the graphic over top of the game screen as well. So do check it out. We have the full box art embedded on the website. So check it out. NintendoChitChat.com for Octopath Traveler. The official box art looks really good. And I have the beautiful collector edition as well ordered a while back, so looking forward to this game for sure. Okay, moving along. SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy. We have a customization mode, and talk more about this one, Samantha.
Yeah, so I think we touched on this lightly in the past when they talked about how you'd be able to take screenshots with the characters in custom poses and things like that. Well, they went into some more details about the customization mode, saying that there's going to be over 100 accessories, 4 different voice styles, which is interesting, different backgrounds and frames, and different poses, and that all of these things will be unlocked through an in-game currency that you'll earn by playing various game modes, which the way they announced it, I believe, is their way of quietly saying, don't worry, you don't have to pay more money for this stuff.
Which is good news, yeah, for sure.
Yes.
So there's a lot of accessories to customize. It's pretty cool. 4 different voice styles, so lots of options here for SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy. Very cool. All right, and then we have a new update for Mighty Gunvolt Burst, and this is version 1.4. And what does this bring to the game?
Yes, well, this brings a new DLC character to the Switch version of the game, and it seemed like he isn't coming to the 3DS version, which is odd because when I saw it, sites were reporting it as being for both, but then when I went to their website, they said only available in the Switch version. So it seems like he's not coming to the 3DS version at least yet, but this is the protagonist from the original Galgun.
Oh, wow.
And so that will cost $1.99, and then they release a trailer that shows you playing as this character, so you can check it out to see what he'll be like in Mighty Gunvolt Burst.
Awesome. And we have the date here, I guess, April 24th, which is the thumbnail on the trailer here, too. So very cool. All right, then we have Splatoon 2 to talk about. Another update, of course. We have version 3.0.0. And let's add just a few things. What does it add, Samantha?
All right, so yes, so this has added new gear, 2 new songs, and they also mentioned, in addition to the single-player mode, where when you meet certain criteria, Kali will appear at the Tentakiel Outpost. They also made some adjustments to Splatfest and a bunch of other little fixes and tweaks, so you can check out the full patch notes to see all the little things that they adjusted to.
Awesome. Yeah, Samantha does a good job here, always linking to the full patch notes. So as we kind of give you a few of them, you can check out all of them at the patch notes going to Nintendo's site, linked right there in the article. All right, another update then regarding Attack on the Titan 2. And this is actually a new mode, correct?
Yes, this is a new multiplayer mode called Expulsion Mode. And so in this mode, you choose from preset skills and loadouts, and then you compete online with other players to see who can defeat the most Titans within the time limit. So they've got a little video, and one of the interesting things in the video is that it also mentions that another multiplayer mode is coming in May. So we can look forward to that too.
Very cool. They're adding a lot to this game. Very nice. New modes is always a good thing, for sure. Adds a lot to the game. So we have JKW in chat saying he loves the new music in Splatoon 2, and I agree. Some of the new music, the couple songs are pretty great. Okay, so Attack on Titan 2. Then we have the update for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This is version 1.4.0. And we've got a bunch of new stuff. So Samantha, you want to go through some of this as well?
All right, yes. So first of all, this update has added 2 new blades. One of them is only if you have the expansion pass, and that is Poppy Buster, who is an artificial blade, but unlike the regular Poppies, characters besides Tora can use Poppy Buster. So I believe there's a quest to get that one. But then also, not tied to the expansion pass, but for anyone who has cleared the main game, you'll be able to get Telos. I'm not familiar with this character because I haven't gotten that far in Xenosaga, but this is another character from Xenosaga who is here as a cameo. And cool. So she is another random one that you'll have to get through the core crystals, but they've given her a very high resonance rate. So I've seen people reporting that they got her within opening 3 crystals or so. So it won't be another opening and opening and opening them like with Cosmos.
Right. Awesome.
But yes, the update also adds some more little things. you'll be able to trade your bonus EXP for poppy parts, which is good for those of us who dislike that mini game. And they also added some new sort methods, so you'll be able to sort your blades by driver, trust, and field skill, which is something that I really wish was there when I was playing, because I kept wondering, why can't I just sort it by their field skill? So that's great that they've added this now.
Yeah, that's a good little fix or update to it for sure. What do you think about the cameos? Is it interesting to you, or?
It's very interesting to me, mainly because it makes me hopeful that they might eventually remaster Xenosaga, because it at least showed, because the problem there has basically been that Bandai Namco has the rights, but Monolith Soft made the game. So this, between Cosmos and now this new one, it shows they're at least willing to work together. So
right.
Who knows, maybe they'll do something together.
Maybe it's a hint of something, yeah, or signs.
Yes,
so.
We can hope.
Yeah, for sure. We've got Cumulative saying, wow, or woo, sort by field skills. Like, finally, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
One thing we needed.
Yeah.
And so then they also announced that in May, there's going to be another update with more new blades, new quests, challenge battles, and an extreme difficulty mode. So if you found it too easy, a harder difficulty mode is coming next month.
Cool. It's good to see the support for this game continue even into
Yes.
this spring. So that's great. Maybe it's leading to something. Who knows? All right. Then we have some Switch and 3DS news. This, of course, is for Sushi Striker, The Way of Sushido. We have an opening movie, right?
Yes, and has a very catchy theme song. So I don't know if this theme song will be in the English version or if they'll change it, but it was entertaining.
Very cool. I'll have to check that out myself once the podcast ends. So check out the video, guys. The opening movie is embedded in the news article here. All right, and then we have some more 3DS news. We have some little surprise announcements, I guess, from the financial results briefing. And what's that regarding, Samantha?
Yes, so this was kind of a surprise because, of course, I was already surprised when they announced one 3DS game for 2019. But during their briefing, they said that, well, they listed the games that are coming up for the 3DS, and they said that in addition to those, they're preparing new 3DS software for 2019 and beyond. So it sounds like we can expect some more 3DS announcements yet.
Yeah, so we're getting another remake, of course, of the Mario and Luigi series. So we'll kind of be seeing, I guess, more 3DS announcements and, I guess, directs or something down the line in 2018 here for games coming in 2019. So there you go.
Yes.
The thing that keeps living on and on and on. It has a great library, though, so I can see why.
Yes.
And a big install base, too. So, all right, then some mobile news to talk about. And this is regarding Dragalia Lost. And Nintendo partnered with somebody. This is Cygames. And is this a new mobile game?
Yes, they announced this. They announced their partnership, and I believe this is the first game they're going to be working on together. Dragalia Lost, like you said, it will launch this summer, and eventually it's going to be released worldwide. And so they released the trailer. Now, they did mention that there's a pre-registration campaign, and the more people who pre-register, the more Dragon Crystals players will get when the game launches. So that has that sort of free-to-play gacha game sense to it, but who knows? We'll see what it'll be like. I'm sure they'll reveal more details soon.
Yeah, and this is, not really unprecedented, but Nintendo partnering with a company for a mobile game is pretty interesting, I guess.
Yes, it's interesting, yes.
Yeah, so we'll see how this takes shape. So Dragalia Lost, keep your eyes on this one. All right, guys, so that ends the news here for April 22nd through the 28th. Again, go to NintendoChitChat.com. Check out the entire article of videos and news. Samantha, again, she updates it as news comes in, so it's organic. It changes just about every day until the end of the week. Then the new week kicks off. So thanks, Samantha, for doing all that. We'll be taking a break here and bringing Samantha back on. We have the time portal coming up, guys, so hang tight. Plus, we'll be doing the drawing for our giveaway. Last chance to enter for the white Pixelpal link and the case. Go on Twitter right now, guys. Retweet the giveaway. Be right back in a moment. Stay tuned. This episode is brought to you by PDP Gaming, bringing you incredible gaming accessories, peripherals, controllers, and much more for the PC, Mac, Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo. Visit pdp.com and check out their entire catalog of products like a Mario & Luigi wired controller, Mario Kart cases for your Switch, a laid-up Nintendo Switch dock cover, and tons more. pdp.com. We thank them for their support. Kirby Star Allies is out now on the Nintendo Switch, and thanks to Nintendo, you can watch Eddy make enemies his best friend. When a new evil threatens Planet Popstar, Kirby will need a little bit of help from his enemies. By making friends out of foes, up to 3 other players can drop in and out of the adventure at any time. Team up with other players using local multiplayer to play as Kirby and 3 other characters in Kirby Star Allies, out now on the Nintendo Switch. Alright guys, a little short break there. We are back. Episode 17 of the Nintendo Chit Chat podcast. Thanks for joining us today. Good to see you all out there. Got a lot going on. A lot of news we talked about, so we're moving along into the time portal here and drawing the winner for the giveaway here in a little bit, so hang tight. Also doing a little new weekly thing here, kind of doing a player spotlight for Nintendo Chit Chat. And we have this week being, of course, someone who's not in chat currently. Go figure. He's usually in chat, but keep in mind, guys, we'll be doing a spotlight on people every week, a new person each week. So make sure you participate, hang out in the streams, like videos, go to Discord, chat there as well. And, of course, we're talking today about our good friend Hector, MSR Gamer. So if you guys are in Discord, make sure you tag him and say, hey, Hector, you're in the player spotlight right now on the podcast. So Hector has the most time in our streams, I believe, hundreds of hours watching us. He's always in Discord chatting and playing in a lot of the streams too. So Hector is in our player spotlight for tonight. We're doing a lot more of these every week with you guys, so make sure you participate. All right. So Samantha, it is time for the time portal, and this is issue 13, right?
Yes.
Very
Lucky
cool.
13.
Yeah, we got some great stuff here. Good mix too. I like how you do this. It's always a good mix of things. So we have a game that I think Golden was talking about earlier regarding the remake anyway. And this is for April 22nd of 2008. And this game is what, Samantha?
Yes, The World Ends With You. Came out in North America on April 22nd, 2008. Of course, this was for the Nintendo DS, and it was very interesting with how it used the both screens with its combat system, which was a little tricky to get used to, but very interesting once you did get used to it. And yes, of course, now, after years of them pretending it didn't exist, we're finally looking forward to a remake.
Yeah, and do we have any more information in here? It's been a while since we actually talked about that, I think.
Yeah, I don't think they've said anything about it since it was announced.
Yeah, that was like a long while. It seems so long ago already, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that was the start of the year. That was like right around January.
Yeah, maybe E3 will hear more about that. So
I hope
there
so.
you go, guys. April. Wow, this is 10 years old already. So.
Yes. We've been waiting for a sequel all this time.
Yeah.
At least it's getting a remake now.
I know, exactly. Now we're getting a remake instead, so even better, I guess, in a sense.
Well, I would have rather a sequel, but that's because I played the original.
Right, very true. All right, so then April 23rd, really good franchise here, a good series. This is Bravely Second is released, and explain more about this.
Yes, so another RPG here is Bravely Second End Layer, which first came out on April 23rd, 2015 in Japan. And so, of course, it made use of the combat system from the original, but I believe it added some tweaks. And, of course, had a new story set 2.5 years after the first game.
Awesome. Did you play this series at all, Samantha?
I tried, and it's funny because I do like this genre so much.
Right.
But I played Bravely Default for a while, but the characters and story just weren't getting my attention, so I eventually quit. So I was so excited for Bravely Second when it was first announced, but I'll probably never get to it since I never even finished Bravely Default.
Right. I'm kind of curious. We haven't had another Bravely game come out, so maybe sometime soon. We'll see. All right, now regarding a game that probably everyone knows, this is for the N64. This is Super Smash Bros. Comes to North America. And how long ago was this? What year?
Yes, So this
Wow.
was April 26th, 1999. So quite a while ago. And of course, it has a huge legacy and became one of their most popular series.
For sure. I love the artwork here, the box art we have on the screen. You have on the embedded in the portal as well. It looks really cool. We have Fox, McCloud, Samus, Pikachu, Mario. Looks really cool. Kirby's there as well. So, yeah, Super Smash Bros. I was 19 years old. Or actually 18, about to turn 19. 1999. So there you go. I feel really old. All right, and then we have an acquirement for April 27th. Nintendo acquires Monolith Soft, and this is big.
Yes.
So explain more about the acquisition here and what came of it as well.
So it's fitting since we have been talking about Monolith Soft a bit today already.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this one I mentioned specifically because I always see people arguing over whether Monolith Soft is the first party developer or not. And so on April 27th, 2007, that was when it was announced that Nintendo had purchased 80% of Monolith Soft's shares, and so then officially owned Monolith Soft. So 16% of the shares remained with Bandai Namco, who intended to be a partner for them. And so, of course, then they started making games together for Nintendo, and the most recent is Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which we were just talking about.
And it's been, I think, a stellar move on Nintendo's part. So there you go.
Yes.
So about 11 years here with the acquisition and getting some amazing games out of this developer. So very cool. All right, that wraps up the time portal. That is everything there, guys, for issue 13, where we kind of dive back in time, looking at games, events, hardware, or more. So stay tuned next week for issue 14 and see what Samantha decides to choose then. So Samantha, hang on the line here. We're actually going to have you be with us for our picking our winner here for the prize drawing as well.
All right, and hopefully it'll be a real person this time.
Yeah, and it's funny because I still have the other prize from last time yet too. The other person never got back. They said, okay, I'll get back to you this week. And never heard back from them, so I'm going to try getting back to them one more time, and then if they don't get back to me, I'll put it back up again for a contest with you guys, because if you win something, give me your address so I can give it to you, you know? But, yeah, it's kind of weird people do that, but don't enter if you don't plan on giving me your address. All right, so here we go, guys. Ooh, we've got a bad gateway here. Let me actually refresh this page really quickly. I may actually be able to do this without having to do that. Let's see if it chooses it here. Yeah, bad gateway. Okay, that means I need to refresh. So give me a moment. I'm going to go to actually a short little break here while I fix this, guys. So hang out. Be right back. All right, it probably just timed out for being up there. I had it uploaded. It says bad gateway again, I think, which is really weird. If it doesn't work, I'll do it off cam here. I think we got one, actually. No, there we go. All right, Giuseppe Ellie, I think. So there we go, guys. That is the winner. We'll be contacting that person if they're real. Hopefully they are. Going to Twitter right now. Let's see here. 3,000 following, 197 followers. Looks pretty real. Yeah, they look real to me.
That's good.
Yeah, so there we go. Congratulations to that person, Giuseppe. Just won the white Pixelpal link and the 3-in-1 Folio case there by PDP Gaming. So we thank them for their giveaways and we'll try giving away, again, that Light Up Switch dock cover. One more chance of the person who won. If not, we'll put it back up for another future podcast. All right, guys, that pretty much wraps up episode 17 here. Samantha, anything you want to discuss or promote or plug before we head out?
Oh, no, I don't think I have anything specific today.
Okay. Well, that was awesome. Lots of fun with you today, and we'll talk to you then next week.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Samantha. You guys wish Samantha a great weekend, and you guys enjoy your weekend as well. I'm Eddy Ray from NintendoChitChat.com. We'll see you guys back here next week with episode 18. See you then.